Now, if you're considering a teardrop trailer, you're in for a really fun way to explore the outdoors without sacrificing comfort. However, having tested and reviewed my fair share of teardrop trailers, I can confidently say that not all are created equal.
Hell no!
Now, some are built for smooth weekend getaways to well-maintained campgrounds, while others are absolutely engineered to handle the most rugged terrains imaginable. So if you are a first-time buyer, the process of choosing a teardrop can feel overwhelming with so many features, upgrades, and price points. How do you know what really matters? Well, that's where this video is going to come in, and that's where I'm going to help with that. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through we're going to focus on 7 key factors to consider when buying a teardrop trailer. To illustrate each point, I'm going to take one of the most impressive teardrops that I've seen in a while, and that is US made. I'm saying US made for a reason. Denali Campers, that's the XTR 10 Pro. So by deconstructing this trailer altogether, we're going to be able to determine what features you should prioritize in your search. And so bringing up USA made, that's one of the factors that we're going to be discussing a little bit later on in this video. Finding something that's made here that you can get quick customer service, know that you're supporting jobs in the United States, and just have a certain degree of quality that you can expect on. With that said, let's dive into the video. Now, at the foundation of any quality teardrop trailer is its chassis. A strong, well-designed chassis is critically important because it means that your trailer can handle rough roads, carry all your gear, and most of all, or best of all, last for a year. So in other words, the solid foundation gives you the capability to go near and far and explore all sorts of terrain and do so with a degree of confidence. Now, specifically, you should be looking for features such as these. All right, corrosion resistance materials like hot dip galvanized steel for long-term durability, precision engineering. So this goes back to that made in USA stuff right there, such as CNC cut construction for strength and reliability, high quality suspension systems. So for example, Cruisemaster is a prime choice, and that absorbs rough terrain and minimizes wear. Now the Denali XTR 10 Pro is a perfect example of well-built teardrop. It features all the amenities that I just listed. Now this setup allows for smooth towing, whether you're on pavement or deep in the backcountry. And as I mentioned a moment ago, it gives you a very durable base that will give you years and years of service. That's just what you want. Now I know not everybody wants or needs a trailer that can handle rough off-road trails, but for me, it's an absolute must. See, now I figure even if I don't spend that much time deep into the backcountry, at least I have a trailer that can get out there if my mood strikes. So if you plan to take your teardrop beyond paved roads, off-road capability is an absolute priority. Many budget-friendly teardrops struggle when when the terrain gets rough, but an off-road ready model will have all the features specifically designed to handle the rough trails. So here are a few off-road features that you should absolutely think about or look for in a teardrop. First, and high up on the list, no pun intended, high ground clearance. Okay, so like the Denali XTR 10 Pro's 21-inch clearance that this thing has, this could be great for navigating rocks and ruts and whatever else that you may find out on the trail. Then of course, rugged tires. There are a slew of different mud terrain tires or off-road tires that you can get. This one particularly has the VF Goodwrench on it, which are phenomenal tires. And then of course, a good set of wheels on the back of it. This one has the 17-inch Method aluminum off-road wheels, which are pretty badass. Now, the one item on this, on any trailer, and when I see trailers that don't have an articulating hitch, this, once you've had an articulating hitch and you understand what it does, it is a must-have. Now, the Denali camper, they actually use a Cruisemaster DO35, and of course, like articulating hitches, what they're supposed to do, you get a much greater movement on uneven terrain. So it's a must-have in my book. Now, a trailer with all the features will ensure that you're not limited to campgrounds, so you can explore remote destinations with the confidence, again, the confidence that your trailer can get there and back Well, that's assuming that, now that I think about it, your tow vehicle can get there as well. Now, one of the biggest advantages of a teardrop trailer is having access to power when you're off grid. Now, as many of you know, I often work when I'm off camping. So having a reliable power system is an absolute must. So I need to power my Starlink, I need to charge my laptop, my cameras, run lights and whatever else that I have out there. But even if you don't work while you're out on the road, a well-equipped power system is going to assure that you can stay connected and be charged up no matter where your adventure takes you. Now, here are some examples of power-related systems that you should look for. On the top of this list, okay, I'm going to talk about the battery system, the heart of your battery management, A high-capacity lithium battery for reliable, long-lasting power. Now, no, I'm saying lithium, okay, rather than, the heavier AGM batteries. You go with the lithium battery, you're going to literally save half the weight off of a AGM battery. You're getting much more use out of that battery. There's a lot of benefits that come with a lithium battery. Now, in this Denali XTR10 Pro, this thing comes with a massive 300 amp hour lithium heated battery that also has Bluetooth monitoring, which is another nice thing to have. Now, off grid, having this battery, you're going to want to have some sort of solar charging system to maintain the battery levels. Now, in this thing, it has a 100-watt Renogy solar panels on the Denali, which of course is going to allow you to charge this while you're off grid. Now, the next one, I'm going to put it in here though for my own personal use. In my trailers, I didn't use it much, but having a pure sine wave inverter. So for example, in this Denali camper, they have a RedArc 2000 watt inverter inside this thing. So this allows you to obviously run electronics and appliances and so forth. And actually, I did use it on my trailer when I had it for like coffee machines or charging my drone batteries. But a lot of cases, I plugged things directly into the USB or the USB-C ports that were on the trailer itself. But having that inverter, it is nice. And 2000 watts, that's a good size inverter that they have in this thing. And speaking of RedArc, these trailers actually have the RedArc Manager 30 with the Red Vision. Now, many of you know, I used that platform for about 4.5 years. It is an absolute phenomenal setup. Now, a trailer with these features is going to give you the flexibility to camp wherever you want without constantly having to worry about power. And that's the kind of peace of mind that your teardrop trailer should provide. Now, I think we all can agree that space is limited in a teardrop trailer, so space storage solutions is absolutely key. The more efficient a trailer is designed, the easier it is going to be for you to keep all your gear organized. Gear organized keeps you much happier. So let's take a look at the XTR10 Pro to see a great example of what a teardrop trailer storage should look like. Now, up front is a tongue box for batteries and electronics. Now, this dedicated space is going to help protect those sensitive components without making them difficult to access. Then up on top is a roof rack, which has tie-down points. This is a huge bonus for you to be looking at when looking at a teardrop because you're able to carry a lot of extra gear. So get yourself some waterproof storage tubs, throw them on a roof, and head out on your adventure knowing that your gear is safe and sound on the top of your trailer. And then enclosed storage cabinets on either side of the trailer are a deal for keeping items secure, organized, and protected. Integrated MOLLE panels further the trailer's storage capabilities by giving you a dedicated place for things like recovery gear, for example. Sure, storage may not be the most exciting feature, but having a well-organized space makes a huge difference in how enjoyable your trips will be in a teardrop trailer. Now, if you enjoy cooking like I do, one of the main reasons to choose a teardrop trailer is the rear galley space. Now, as I noted earlier, though not all teardrops are made alike, and the galley spaces definitely are not made alike. Now, in my opinion, the signs of a quality teardrop galley include the following. So you're going to want to have some sort of a durable, easy to clean countertop. For example, the XTR10 Pro's solid surface countertop. You want to have a reliable cooktop. Now, these campers, okay, have a pull-up partner steel 22-inch cooktop. I used these partner steel stoves for 4 years and it's one of the best on the market. Then you want to have a quality fridge cooler. Again, this thing has like a Dometic, which is again a great brand when it comes to fridge coolers. Man, that almost didn't come out. Anyways, you want to have a built-in water system. Now, the XTR10 Pro has a 38-gallon tank, an onboard pump, and an instant hot water for convenience. That is going to be fantastic. Again, we're talking about convenience here, so whether you want to wash dishes, take a shower, having that hot water is absolute key as well. Heck, even if you aren't much of a chef, a well-laid-out galley still makes it easy to throw together your one-pot meals, your PB&J sandwiches, and of course those occasional midnight snacks.
A first step over the corn, the shrimpies.
Now, just because a Teardrop trailer is compact, it doesn't mean it should be uncomfortable. In fact, a well-designed Teardrop will maximize space while providing sleeping area with enough space for you and your travel buddy. This being the case, I would look for features like the following. Okay, on the top of the list, I have got to say a quality mattress. Now, the Denali XTR10 Pro comes with a queen-size trifold memory foam mattress. I can't express how important this is. So when you're looking for teardrops, test the bed out in these things. If it isn't comfortable, ask about other options or consider investing in your own mattress. I don't need to tell you, getting a good night's sleep is absolutely critical for your ability to drive safely and just point blank enjoying your time out exploring. And then with these teardrops, you want to consider having well-placed windows for ventilation, preferably with they have the built-in screens and so forth to keep the bugs out and have the blackout shades, which are really nice in case you want to be able to sleep in and so forth. Also roof vents with a fan. For example, like this one has the Max fan, which is absolutely powerful. You crack open those two windows right there, you're going to have a tremendous amount of airflow come in it, which is fantastic for keeping the cabin from getting all stuffy. So after a long day of adventure, having a comfortable space to sleep makes all the difference. A cabin like the XTR10 Pro enables you to kick back, relax, and get the shut-eye that you need to tackle another day of adventures. Now, if you plan to camp in different weather conditions, a climate-controlled cabin is absolutely critical. Since I camp year-round and explore everything from the beach to the desert to the mountains, a cabin that can keep me cool in the summer months and warm in the winter months is an absolute must. So as you look for the ideal teardrop for your needs, consider the following as prime examples of what to look for in a trailer. Insulated walls and floors to keep the cabin comfortable in hot and cold weather. Now, the Denali XTRT Pro uses R9 fiberglass composite insulation as a barrier between you and the outside elements. Now, also having a built-in heater like a Truma Vario Heat propane heater is a really nice touch. Heck, a small space like these teardrops, pop it on for just a few seconds and that cabin's gonna be all nice and toasty. And then last but not least, proper ventilation is a must as well. Proper ventilation, there's reduced chance of condensation inside the cabin. Now with a trailer like these, you can enjoy camping year-round without having to worry about extreme temperatures. So, I mean, why limit yourself to summertime camping when a rig like the XTR10 Pro makes a year-round camping possible? As I said in many of my other videos, man, winter camping is it's the most enjoyable. Why? Well, heck, because most people don't go out camping in the winter. When you're properly equipped, man, it is a lot of fun. Now, lastly, I want to make a point to mention quality. Yeah, this really seems like a no-brainer, kind of a Captain Obvious moment here, but investing in a teardrop that is well-designed, well-made, and well-constructed is going to ensure that you have a trailer that you enjoy for years and years to come. Now, in the case of the XTR10 Pro, it's made in USA rig that offers tremendous value for the price point. In fact, this trailer can go, man, head-to-head with some of the biggest names in the market and do so while being on the lower side of the pricing for models like this. Now, best of all, Denali Campers does this without sacrificing quality. And at the end of the day, you're buying a teardrop this is an exciting decision, but it's important that you do your research. Now, one of the things that I will point out, I've used Denali as a focal point for this video right here, and I'm gonna hit the brakes right here. So when you look at a company like Denali, and I'm talking about doing your research, this is a company that it's owned by a parent company that's been around for a better part of a decade that makes trailers, these swanky trailers for ice fishermen. And when you think about it, these trailers being dragged out in the ice, and you have these harsh environment that you're throwing these things in, and these things last years and years and years and years. So a company that has its roots from that sort that decided to jump in this side, that really says a lot about the craftsmanship, or kind of what you can expect with these campers itself. So while Denali Campers XTR Pro is an excellent example of a featured pack off-road ready trailer, the right choice for you, it really depends on your budget, your camping style, and your must-have features. So as you're getting ready to go out there and buy a Teardrop trailer, take a piece of paper and jot down all the must-have features and just start getting out there. Take some of the points that I've labeled in this video and go out there and find the right option for you. Take your time and compare the options. Visit dealers if possible, and think about how you're going to use the trailer. The more informed you are, the better your decision will be, and the more enjoyable your adventures will become. Now, I hope you found today's video helpful and informative. If so, do me a favor and give it a thumbs up down below, and consider hitting the subscribe button to the channel so you don't miss out on any future videos. And if you have any comments about this trailer or buying a Teardrop trailer, let me know in the comments down below. But friends, well, I'm getting out of here, so I will see you in the next video.